On Sunday, we're gonna have Quaxly, Comm Day, and Pokemon Go. May not be the most exciting Comm Day, maybe it is for some of you guys, but there is the 3x Catch Stardust, which is massive to aim to get ourselves more Stardust in Pokemon Go. So let's go over the tips, tricks, and strategies. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Quaxly is going down on Sunday, July 20th from 2 until 5 p.m. for 3 hours. I would say mark off your calendars because of the Stardust gains. It's a really important thing to play Comm Day, especially because of the 3x Catch Stardust in 3 hours and the boosted spawns. But don't forget that on Tuesday, we go back to the 4x Catch XP and 4x Catch Stardust. So this month is a Stardust grind. I suggest you guys keep grinding the Stardust. There's nothing better than having more than enough Stardust to do whatever you want in this game and never have to be rate limited. That's how I suggest you guys play. As always, I think it's a great strategy to have to be able to make sure that whenever anything comes out, whether it be me getting 9 Zamazenta and Zacian hundos over 4 weeks in the month of June, I could max out all of those, all the moves, anything without any problem because I have that Stardust reservoir more than enough. That's why I always suggest you guys, please make sure to have reservoirs of this in the game. The spawns are going to be increased spawns, 3x Catch Stardust, 3-hour Incense, 3-hour Lure modules, 2x Catch Candy, 2x chance of receiving candy, XL from catching Pokemon, 1 additional special trade for a grand total of 3 for the day, and trades made will require 50% less Stardust. So when we're looking at this, number 1, we get an additional special trade. Like I tell you guys always, even if you just put an additional special trade, which is swapping a shiny Quaxly, swapping a regular Zacian, Zamazenta, Necrozma, whatever that situation is, please make sure to do so because that is going to be able to get yourself potentially a lucky Pokemon, even a Shundo, lucky or non-lucky. I've seen both of them happen and they are both worth not skipping over. So don't ever look at a special trade and be like, I don't have any luckies. That is not the case. Make the special trades, and even if you just want XL candy for a Terrakion, for a Necrozma, find one over 100 kilometers and trade it. And as far as the moves, this Pokemon will get Hydro Cannon, the same move that all of the starters get, for 1. For 2, there's gonna be Aqua Step that's coming out, which will do 55 damage in both trainer battles as well as gym battles, and in trainer battles, it's going to increase the Pokemon's attack by 1 step. So that is going to help you guys do something like Power Up Punch, where it's gonna gain momentum as you use it if it's going to be worth your time. And we're gonna have Photobombs and showcases, please make sure to do those. Not only that, we will have field research going on throughout the day. 460 is gonna be the 100% IVs for you guys to keep in your mind, but then there's also gonna be the 3 other field research, which is gonna be win a 5-star raid, trade a Pokemon, and complete a party challenge. And in these research tasks, you will be able to get the Quaxly with a background and shiny, and those shiny backgrounds eventually could be rare, maybe not so much for the Comm Days, but definitely the legendaries, more than likely any of the Pikachus, especially whatever's going on for these MLB baseball games. So you are going to want to capitalize on these backgrounds if you have that opportunity. So for me personally, am I going to be going after anything in specific for this Comm Day? No, my goal is to catch as many Pokemon as possible, but I am going to suggest that you do use regular Pokeballs. Reason being is because next week we have the 4x Catch Stardust and 4x Catch XP, and those might require different type of Great Balls and Ultra Balls because you get more XP, you get more Stardust for the catches, but those Pokemon aren't increased catch chances in the wild, so it's a little bit more challenging. That's why I want you to ration the Pokeballs in this manner. And then there will be the $2 research. It's going to be use 5 berries to help catch Pokemon, catch 5 Pokemon for a star piece, make 5 great throws for 50 candies, spin 3 Pokestops or gyms for an Incense, explore 1 kilometer for 3 silver Pineaps, complete 2 field research tasks for 30 Ultra Balls. You're going to get Quaxly 7,500 Stardust and 1 Premium Battle Pass. In stage 2, you're going to get by catching a Pokemon 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the Quaxly encounters, which is going to be a grand total of 6 for an additional 7th on the grand total rewards for 7,500 stars, another 30 Ultra Balls, and then finally send 3 gifts with a sticker, earn 3 hearts with your buddy for the Rocket Radar, transfer 10 Pokemon for the 5 XL candy, evolve 2 Pokemon for 3 rare candy, power Pokemon 10 times for a TM, earn 3,000 XP for another encounter, and then Quaxly 10,000 XP and 1 rare candy. So here's one of the things that I'm going to suggest for you guys is do not go past catching in stage number 3. Stage number 3 will provide a tier 2 and a tier 3 Pokemon for the evolutions. By catching them on Tuesday, because these are not time limited research, you will be able to, number 1, get yourself the increased Stardust when you catch it by 1 stage, by 1x. And additionally, if you need a rocket radar for that week and you're going to be hatching 12-kilometer eggs, you can capitalize there too. And then we'll have the community special background research. That's going to be catch a Pokemon for 1,000 XP. And then you're going to be catching 2 different, 3 different, 4 different, and 5 different days for 3 Quaxly encounters that can be shiny with the background. So what's going to be our strategy for Comm Day here? Catch as many Pokemon as possible. And I don't even care if you hit excellent or great throws or even nice throws, it doesn't matter. It's all about catching as fast as possible. Using the fast animation skip catch trick, please do that. If you don't know that, please check that video out up there. It's going to help you guys tremendously in this game to capitalize on these resources. And since we don't have to worry about the XP, since it's not a 3 times catch XP, it's going to be so much easier for you to turn through a lot of Pokemon. Number 1. Number 2, choose where you play. Are you going to be in a downtown area? Are you going to be in a college campus? Wherever that is, make sure to grind as hard as possible. But also remember that you're either grinding in a small area that's going to be better served as premium lure modules or regular lure modules if it's a bigger area. The premium lure modules are going to spawn Pokemon a little bit more quickly. So if you're in an area that's a quick loop, that might warrant that because we do have 3-hour lure modules. But if you were doing something else, it may warrant something else, as in those regular lure modules, if it's going to take you a couple to 5 to 6 to 7 minutes to get around that loop. And that's usually the case for most of the places that we play this game. And starting off, you really need to clean out your Pokemon bag. Having at least 1,000 spaces if you have a maxed out bag would be very helpful during this day, so that you're not sitting there trying to delete Pokemon every time you catch it, which will slow you down and get you less Stardust for the day. I would also suggest if you have the capability to get 12-kilometer eggs, you can do so because you're going to be on star pieces for 3 hours, which is going to take a grand total of 6 normally. Or if you are going to be in a party, you guys can all share 3 with a party of 4 and get that 3 hours as well. And that helps out tremendously by doing it in there because you are saving 50% of those premium items by being in a party. It is incentivized. I suggest you guys do it. It is worth your time, energy, and effort. And as soon as the day starts, you guys can put on those 12-kilometer eggs, but I would suggest if you do those 12-kilometer eggs that you are starting to hatch them before the day starts. So maybe on Saturday evening or even Saturday morning, you put them all in super incubators and then you start walking them so that by the time 2 starts, you're putting on your star pieces and then you're starting the day. You can hatch those 12-kilometer eggs without having to worry and walk really hard and far for this purpose. And putting on a Mega that's going to match the typing is really important. So we have Mega Pokemon that are in the water category, which is going to include Blastoise, Slowbro, Gyarados, my favorite, which is Primal Kyogre, which is going to cover all 3 of the water typings from rainy weather, and Mega Swampert. And don't forget about the 100% IVs. 921 will be coming from level 30. So if it's not rainy weather and you see a 921, that's a guaranteed 100% IV. However, if it is rainy weather, 921 could be, it's a possibility that it could be 100% IV, but then that goes to 998 as the 100% IV guaranteed in the wild. There are only 2 of those for each of the Pokemon that are going to be out there, so please make sure to stay attuned to the weather condition and also what's going on here. So you're going to grind the entire day, and then once the day ends, you guys are going to start to do your trading. So whether you do trading, you're going to do your evolutions, you're going to be able to get these movesets. And remember that Aqua Step can be TM'd at any time. Hydro Cannon cannot, so do not TM away Hydro Cannon because it becomes a legacy move after this. If you happen to get a good Quaxly at a later time, remember Comm Day wrap up in December will allow you to evolve all of the Comm Day Pokemon's moves that we've had this year, including the classics and the regulars. And then don't forget at the end of the day to do your 3 trades because it's very important to do those because you could get lucky Pokemon, 100% IVs, shiny, good quality Pokemon, and complete all your lucky trades, get them done, and have a lot of fun. But the most important thing is catch as many Pokemon as you possibly can, and if you cannot play, putting on a ++ or some type of gacha device would be very helpful. Any type of auto catcher. So thank you guys for being here as always. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to see you out in the next video. Peace.